So I think looking into the medium to longer term, we're also seeing, that some weakness within the NCM battery sector. That's primarily because the lack of demand for that chemistry within the Chinese market, which is 60% of the global battery electric vehicle market currently. Clearly, as adoption proceeds, as I suggested, within Europe, particularly in North America, we're hoping to see improved demand for NCM CAM-related materials which require nickel. Obviously, a highlight within the nickel market after a very long period of sort of relatively subdued range-bound pricing is DRC placing a 4-month ban on the exports of cobalt. We feel that will obviously, and we saw we've seen a price spike as a result of that news hitting the market, but we don't expect that to be a sort of a long-term feature of the market. We understand there's a lot of discussion going on between the Chinese government and DRC around relaxing that export ban, and obviously when it expires in June, there's a lack of clarity around what level of material will be coming into the market from DRC. And also, there's a view that the price upside could be limited because of Indonesia's ability to potentially produce more cobalt from MHP exports. So moving on to manganese, we're very bullish on what is often an overlooked battery raw material. There's certainly no shortage of manganese ore globally. Where the bottleneck potentially lies is very high purity manganese, which you need for the battery industry. Again, it's very much tied to our view around the sort of development of different battery chemistries. LMFP, which is an LFP variety that contains manganese, which adds quite a lot of energy density to the chemistry, is expected to grow in importance. It's not really commercialized yet, but there's a lot of potential as a sort of a lower cost chemistry alongside some of the mid-nickel high voltage chemistries which we're seeing competing with LFP. So we think there's a lot of upside for high purity manganese going forward. Moving on to the sort of outlook, again, as within all of these markets, China very much dominates refined output. We saw a slight structural deficit in 2024. We've seen a bit of support for prices this year because of restocking. Again, coming back to this issue around sort of very weak NCM PCAM demand, particularly in China during the first part of the year. The real challenge for building capacity for this outside China is the sort of excess capacity that exists within the Chinese supply chain, which is highly underutilised. But also, this low price environment clearly poses problems for attracting capital into these markets for investment outside